go on to the next spot on the card, and this is phenomenally tricky. And so we have back-to-back games that are phenomenally tricky. I came so close to betting the Bengals today at 4.5, and I probably should have. Once I studied the game, I was like, oh, my God, the Steelers are in so much trouble. And, of course, it's moved to 3.5. And these are the spots. But, by the way, the 3.5 is heavily juiced at a lot of these books, but not at Pinnacle. These are the spots that Big Ben and the Steelers generally shine when they're dealing with injuries and they're dealing with all this adversity. They usually play better than we expect them to play. But right now they're in a very tough spot. We're at Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. The cash flow in this spot, I imagine, is moving quickly towards the Bengals. But then the line, I'm sure, was just changed because of the injury situation, not because of the cash. And that's true. 4,728 tickets in, 59% of the tickets, 56% of the cash on the Steelers. Then you have 52% of the tickets and 97% of the cash on the over. And that makes a lot of sense to me with the injuries that these defense or the Pittsburgh Steelers defense is dealing with. Bengals come off. We'll start with Bengals. Come off 2017 loss to Chicago. They were down 20-3 before a late comeback. Burrow did not look good. 19 of 30, 207 yards, 2 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. Burrow never threw more than 1 interception in his 11 outings as a pro. In 38 games for Ohio State and LSU, his high was 2. He had just set his career highs in passer rating and yards per attempt in that win over Minnesota. Boyd was his favorite target, 7 catches for 73 yards. T. Higgins, 6 catches for 60 yards, 1 touchdown. He did lose a fumble. Jamar Chase continued his impressive start, just 2 catches, but 54 yards and a touchdown. Mixon ran 20 times for 69 yards. Trey Hendrickson had a sack and a half, and Logan Wilson came up with a key interception. Safety Ricardo Allen was placed on the injured reserve after suffering a hand injury in week 1. Cornerback Trey Waynes listed as questionable, and Sue Philo considered day-to-day with a leg injury. Steelers coming off a disappointing 26-17 loss at home to the Raiders. Tomlin said Tuesday that Roethlisberger dealing with a left pectoral injury that will affect the quarterback's preparation. That's all. Should still play. 27 for 40 for 295 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Ben took 10 hits, 2 sacks. This offensive line has 2 rookies in left tackle Dan Moore Jr. and center Kendrick Green. They did not look good. Deontay Johnson looked great. 9 catches for 105 yards. Hurts his knee on the final play of the game. Listed as questionable to go. Last year's problems are creeping in. They couldn't run the ball. Najee Harris, 10 carries for 38 yards. The Steelers ran 14 times for 39 yards. Najee Harris did catch 5 passes for 43 yards. T.J. Watt left the game in the second quarter with a groin injury. And it's just groin injuries all over the place. Alex Highsmith, groin injury. Joe Hayden and Devin Bush were inactive because of groin injuries. Tyson Alualu left in the first quarter with a fractured right ankle. He'll be out indefinitely. Dennis Garcia says, how on earth would you bet overs with these offensive lines? And that's well put. This is such a tricky game, Bebsie, and I'm thankful I didn't bet it. Take it away here, Bengals Steelers.
Sorry, I can't read the chat because for whatever reason, I can't see the chat. And then I tried to have one up. Anyways, I can't see the chat. So I was trying to see what you just posted there from Connor Mack. But yeah, you're absolutely right. How do you bet the Bengals versus we don't know yet for the Steelers? It's such a tough spot. I can't wait to get to a different game where I have a more formed opinion. But yeah, it's another situation where, look, I don't think Burrow is going to play as poorly as he did in the second half last week. Look, he had the active streak in the NFL for passes thrown without an INT at 199, and then he threw 3 consecutive interceptions back to back to back, which is wild. That's absolutely crazy. I believe in Joe Burrow. I think he's a good player. For that reason, I mean, you gotta start seriously considering taking the Bengals in the points here because of the laundry list of injuries. If Watt can't go, if Roethlisberger is nursing an injury, if Deontay Johnson is who didn't you name on the Steelers right now? So it's a really tough spot. I know what you're saying about the Steelers. Back to their wall, ton of injuries, being able to thrive in these spots. But this is a very, very difficult situation. Going against, Joe Burrow strikes me as the kind of guy who is just mad as hell over that. Not the way Aaron Rodgers is chucking into triple coverage in week 1 and just laughing it off on the sidelines. Like, this Burrow's pissed off right now. So I think my play would be Bengals in the points. And this, I know what Dennis Garcia is saying with regards to betting an over in this situation, but it does still feel so low. It just, again, you said it. It's tough. I don't know. I don't know where I land on this.
Bet365 has moved it to 43.5. But he's right. One thing I said before the season started with the Raiders, I was like, I think there's going to be overs in Raiders games, and he said with the offensive line, he thinks there's going to be unders. And then the first game, Raiders flew over. In the second game, it was an under. And I don't. Well, so it's gone down to 43.5 at some books, and we have from a cash flow spot 97% of tickets on the over. Fuck, man. Okay, well, I'm gonna move on the Bengals plus 3.5 tonight. There's going to be a 3 here very, very soon.
I think
so. I want it in my pocket.
I might be with you there, Jimmy.
Well, do you want to lock that in now?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. The second look on Bebsie's board here with the Bengals. I should have got the 4.5, but whatever. It is what it is. Let's go to a plus 3.5 and see what we can get you here. Point spreads. Going to quickly line shop a plus 3.5 at plus 105 at BetOnline. Look at that plus line. That's gorgeous. Plus 3.5 at plus 105 at BetOnline. And I just gotta be. It's gotta be there's gotta be offense in this game. But you're right. Ben has no time. And you have to think that Burrow is not going to want to make mistakes next week. Play a little bit more conservative. So I'm going to bet the Bengals plus 3.5 tonight, and I want the over, but maybe I should wait over as well. Okay, let's roll on.